What's going on, y'all? So, man, I had to talk about this in a video. I think it's worth talking about, man. Um, just the entitlement of some people. All right, so at my job, it's a pretty nice place. It is a nice place to dine. It is a nice place to work. You know, people there have money. People there dress nice for the most part. You don't have a bunch of fuck dude motherfucker. You don't have like fucking rednecks going in there. You don't have ghetto people going in there. You have people with money, usually with a sense of class, going up in there and working there as well. And outside on the patio, we have a section where people are allowed to bring their dogs so long as they are well behaved and on a leash. I personally don't agree with it. I don't think that animals should be allowed in restaurants at all. That's just my opinion. I know some people will disagree. And as a server at this place, if I have a table that brings their dog, I have to bring out a dog bowl for the dog to slurp fucking water out of. I totally disagree with this practice. I think it's fucked up. But that's just the place I work, man. Whatever. It's really not that big of a deal. And yes, it's always white people. It's always entitled white people with their fucking dogs, and they think dogs are people. Listen, dogs are not people. Dogs are dogs. They're animals. Yes, they are fairly intelligent. Yes, they can provide us with companionship. Yes, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, they're fucking animals. Okay? If dogs were people, then it would be okay for me to fuck a dog, now wouldn't it? Can I go fuck dogs? They got tight little buttholes, man. Can I fuck dogs? Oh, I can't? Oh, because they're not people? Oh, okay, cool. So yesterday, it's pretty slow at work, and it was just before the like the rush came or whatever, and I'm at the host stand next to the host, and we're just kind of like zoning out, like it's fucking boring, whatever. And this lady walks in with a chocolate lab, and the chocolate lab had this like navy blue vest on, and it said seizure dog, and it said emotional support dog. And I had never seen a seizure dog or emotional support dog in person. I have only seen service dogs, big difference, service dogs for blind people and or deaf people, or people that perhaps, you know, have like a legitimate physical disability. And I look at the lady, and the second I look at her, I'm like, oh, this bitch is crazy, because I'm a very perceptive guy. She was an, you know, middle-aged white lady. I could tell by her posture and her facial expression she had this sense of entitlement, and her hair was like all like purposefully frizzy and like tattered and like all fucked up looking. And I could tell like this bitch is gonna be like, she's gonna be a handful. I could tell. So I just look at her calmly, and I'm like, you know, so what is a seizure dog? Like what is that? Because I was thinking like a drug seizure. Like, is that like they're like a drug dog, like a drug seizure? I didn't know. And she's like, and the way she responds to me is very like defensive. But all I was doing was asking her simply what the dog was about.
She's like, actually, he's a seizure dog, and he helps blind and deaf people as well. Like that.
And she was just like really cunty and weird about it. And I was thinking, well, you're not blind, you're not deaf, because you're looking at me and you're talking to me. And a dog is not going to prevent you from having a seizure if you have epilepsy. Now, granted, I actually did do a bit of research on a seizure dog this morning before I made the video, and a well-trained seizure dog can, if you are having a seizure, can lick your face when you're having a seizure and after, and can possibly get medication or maybe alert somebody. That's it. Like, it's kind of bullshit. It's not going to prevent you from having a seizure. They're not going to, you know, it's a scam. So I told, you know, so the lady comes in the restaurant, and she's about to sit down with her dog, and I'm like, oh ma'am, you know, I'm sorry, but the dogs have to be outside. And she snaps. She goes,
excuse me, this is an emotional support dog. Have you heard of Fairfax Code F40B FF
whatever bullshit? And I just go, oh no. And I'm just like, I do roll my eyes. I'm like, oh my God, man. And she goes, did you just roll your eyes at me? Did you just roll your eyes at me? I need to speak to your manager right now. I need to speak to your manager right now. And I'm just like, oh my God, you are classic. You are textbook. And she's like, you just called me textbook? You just called me classic? I need to speak to your manager right now. And I just go in the back, and I'm like shaking. I'm like, because I went from being bored out of my mind staring at the fucking trees to this just like bag of crazy walking in. And I get the manager, and I'm like, look, this lady's trying to bring her dog in, blah, 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 blah. She's freaking out, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, I go back out to the front with the manager, and she's like yelling at me saying, he called me textbook, he was rolling his eyes at me, I can't believe this is an outrage, I'm triggered. And and I'm just like, you know, just don't talk to me like I'm stupid. And the manager's like, look, Brayton, go in the back, I got this. And, you know, whatever. So the deal is this: I was unaware that if a dog is, you know, whatever, like a registered emotional support animal or a service dog, you're allowed in a restaurant with it, no matter what the rules are. No matter what. It doesn't matter if the other customers have a legitimate dog allergy. It doesn't matter if the dog is licking his fucking asshole and walking with his dirty paws on the ground and licking his fucking red chili pepper dick in front of the fucking customers. That's all good. But if it's an emotional support dog, then she can have what she wants, because she's triggered. And she's too fucking weak to go through life without a dog. Now, this chick got like 50% off her whole tab, and I will admit the dog was well behaved. The dog was well behaved, but that's not the point. If you are the type of person where you have to go to a therapist and get an emotional support dog, you need a lot more than a dog for your fucking problems. You need medication. You need to be, you know, look, you need a lot more than a fucking dog for your problems, man. You know, so I obviously, like, I had other tables in the restaurant, and I just avoided eye contact with her, of course, because I didn't want to, like, you know, like my manager, he said, look, man, just like, don't even talk to her, leave her alone. And the manager even said, look, I know it's bullshit, but that's the law, we got to follow it, man. And I just have to talk about people with this sense of entitlement, man. And it could be with their animals, it could be with a mental disability, it could be with their handicap placard. I mean, like, you have people who could get a handicap placard because they're overweight. When we all know that they should be legally made to park in the very furthest spot away from the restaurant or the store or whatever, so they have to lose the fucking weight. That's basic shit. If you have an emotional support animal, you are an asshole. I'm just saying that straight up, you are an asshole. The only time you should ever need a service dog is if you have a legitimate physical disability. Like, if you're blind and you have a service dog to help you get around, hey man, I support that. I still don't think that you should be allowed in a restaurant. I still don't think, at least not a nice restaurant. Because what if people have dog allergies, man? You know? If you are deaf, or you have like cerebral palsy or something like that, to where you are physically disabled from getting around from place to place on your own, and you have a legitimate service dog, all right, you know, okay, fine. I support that. And look, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't like dogs, because I do. I had dogs growing up. I love dogs, and I do believe that they can provide you a sense of companionship. And, you know, but listen, when it comes to emotional support, dogs are dogs. I know that there's some animal lovers out there, oh my God, no, dogs are people. Dogs are not people. We cannot procreate with dogs. We cannot communicate with dogs on an intellectual level. Now, yes, dogs might be able to recognize when you're upset or when you're sad or when you're happy, but that's a very primitive sense. Does that make sense, man? You know what a dog is thinking about while you're there crying about your boyfriend leaving you, or you're there crying about your son committing suicide, or whatever terrible shit that you're going through, the thing that you think you need emotional support for. This is what your dog is thinking about. Your dog is thinking about, bacon. I like bacon. Should I lick my asshole or my ball sack? I think I'm gonna lick my asshole, then my ball sack, and then I'm gonna go take a shit. That's what your dog is thinking about, man. Your dog is not thinking about, I'm really just trying to think of a way where I can help her out and really kind of like work these issues out, so maybe in the next 6 to 12 months she can be over this trauma in her mind. She can finally be over this and she can get rid of me and stop fucking milking the system to have a bullshit ass emotional support dog, man. Listen, I'm gonna say it again, dude. Emotional support dogs are bullshit. You're not gonna get emotional support from a fucking animal. You can get it from a person. You can get it from a person, man. If you need an emotional support dog, you don't need a dog. You need a friend. You need a real friend. Not even a therapist, because therapists don't give a fuck about you. Believe me, I spent years and years and years with psychiatrists, therapy, antipsychotics, mood stabilizers, antidepressants. I've been hospitalized for mental illnesses back in my adolescent days. None of that bullshit helped. You know what helped, man? Getting some hobbies that I enjoyed, doing things that I'm good at, having friends that I can laugh with, spending time with my family. Alright, not getting a crazy lady haircut and walking into restaurants with a sense of entitlement, thinking that you can have your butthole licking dog sitting around while people are like disgusted by it. You know what I mean, dude? I mean, just the sense of entitlement with some people, man. What is it with white people and their dogs? Why do white people, granted, it's not all white people, of course, I'm not like it. I don't want a dog sleeping with me in bed. It's not because I don't like them, but it's because, they're farting, they fucking stink, they get dog hair in the bed, they got shit on their paws, they're dragging their butthole on the sheets. Like, they're dogs, they're animals at the end of the day. I get that they're sweet and they're cute and they'll bark and they'll run with you and you can play with them, but they're animals. They are animals, man. Just like in Asia, like I lived in Cambodia for 2 years, as a lot of you know, and over in Cambodia and China and Vietnam and all, just that whole part of the world, people can differentiate between pet and food. The type of dogs that are used for food are street dogs. They are dogs that are like mutts. They're dogs that are, they're not. I bet that lady has an emotional support dog. People differentiate between friend and food, but over here, man, people seem to think that all dogs, they're like people, that they're held to the same standard as people. Man, look, dog is delicious. I'll say it again, man. Look, dog is delicious. I've eaten dog and it's fucking awesome. I want to go find that lady who came into my job yesterday with her crazy ass haircut and her pale white fucking skin and that twitch in her eye and her fucked up lipstick that was smeared across her face, and I want to kill her chocolate lab. Yeah, I said it. I don't give a fuck. I said it. I want to grill that motherfucker, dude, and eat him with some damn... I want to eat him with some... I want some dog tacos, man. That's right. I'm just joking, man. But look, seriously, I'm going to say it again. Emotional support dogs are bullshit. If you need an emotional support dog, you need a lot more than a dog to help you. You need medication, you need a friend, you need a hobby, you need to just live in the woods somewhere. I don't know what to tell you, man. Alright. You know what I'm gonna do, man? I'm gonna get an emotional support rock. I'm gonna get an emotional support rock and just carry it in my pocket with me all the time, and I'm just gonna set it on the table and I'm just gonna start talking to it, man, and start crying to it, because
It provides me emotional support.
fucking stupid people, dude. Anyways, I think I made my point, man. It's just a sense of entitlement with some people, and it's just such a strange thing how people hold animals to the same regard as humans, man. It's just a bizarre thing that we have in our culture, man. I guess just in America, and I'm sure in parts of Europe too. I'm sure the more progressive the culture, the more ridiculous people get with their entitlement, right? I think that's probably true, man. Anyways, guys. If you have any fucked up experiences with emotional support dogs, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. If you guys want to shoot me an email for any video ideas, you want me to talk some shit, You want me to give you some advice on a problem you're having in your life, man? Feel free to do so at nojokestriking@gmail.com. Bitches. All that is in the description box below. I hope everyone has a good one, man. I'm about to go make some money and get my dick wet, man. Peace!